Yeah. Hopefully we're now live. I don't know if that's worked. You know what? Do this. I think we're live. I can't tell. Oh, wow, that's bright. Sorry, just chomping through minor tech issues. Let's fire that on. Oh, look, there we go. Oh, that's a bit better. Lens, can you turn that light off beside you? Is that... Oh, yeah. Sorry, I've moved the camera, which has made all sorts of problems to the lighting setup. Hey guys! Hey Mark! I'm just trying to work this out. Sorry, bear with me. Let's try that. Awesome. I can see everybody. And now if I go on here, sorry, bear with me. This is the problem with going live on a phone camera that's too far away for me to read because I haven't got the right strength lenses in my glasses. We are here. Hey, there we go. Fantastic. We're up to date. More or less. And now I can see comments in front of me down here. And I can see you guys up there. And you can all see my lovely receding hairline. It's the helmet. Honestly, it must be the helmet. So good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Not to the workshop this time, but to the Wild Folk Challenge live results and announcement for next month. Not gonna lie, February is a short month. It's a cold month normally, apart from this wonderful like summery weather we've had every day apart from today for the last week. Today's been cold and damp and horrible, and I've been out in the workshop and I've been doing armouring bits and all sorts of stuff, so it's been horrible and cold, so we've decided to come inside to where there's heating, because that's a good thing. So, it is 8 PM, or a couple of minutes thereafter. It is the 28th of February 2019, and as previously agreed, tonight's the night when we look live on Facebook at the poll and see who's won. So, we only had 2 entries. Both from the same family, actually, weirdly. 2 generations entering, and this month's theme was snowdrops. So, let's see, hang on, I've got 3 things open now, so hello Jake, hello Ewan, obviously, hi Lily, Mr. Jackson, how the devil are you, sir? Long time no see. We'll be back in the field soon, no doubt. Actually, it really isn't long, is it? It's what? 28. It's 31... 40...
It's 2 weeks.
40, 52 days to a wild hag.
7 weeks.
52 days to a wild hag. 52 days to a wild hag weekend. So we're back in a field in 52 days. Oh God, we're back in a field in 52 days. That means it's 62, 72, 81 days until I'm away in Ukraine. Wow. Where's this year going already? That's mad. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if the weather stays as it has, we can all get in the field dead early and we can disappear out early March, find a weekend at Sentry's free and run down and have a weekend out around a fire. But hey, that is another conversation for another time. What we need to do now is making sure everything is covered everywhere. I'm getting notifications left, right and centre, making sure it's all over the place and up and happening. I'm just going to share Lily's notification to my page. Guys, if you're watching this, do us a favour and share the link out on social media, because I know there are a lot of people that missed it last time, and I want to make absolutely sure that everybody from the Wild Folk group get a chance to see this video on any of their social media platforms that they're using, so they can get the link on Facebook, they can catch it up. If you're watching this and you haven't already, do me a massive favour to stuff the algorithm, smash like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It will do me a huge favour. And if you're feeling really generous, if you go to my channel page, in the top right hand corner as you're looking at the screen, there's a little PayPal button that says buy me a coffee. You can donate me like £1, and that really helps keep the channel up and running. So without further ado, share that, we will go to the Wyld Folk group. Sorry, I know there's weird flare on my glasses. I can't stop that. We will open up the poll. We'll look at the comments, and Andy Zamansky, I hope I'm saying that surname right, who is a photographer and artist from Anik, says he's really sorry he didn't join, so he hopes to catch up for next month. So excellent. There are no additional comments. 2 entries. Little Jess, who anyone that knows us from events and things has probably seen Jess, certainly if you've been to any of the combat camps and things like that. She's been running around in the field and is an incredible storyteller already. She did Mr. Mistopheles, I think, or something like that at one of our camps. Absolutely incredible. So, Jess's little junk models, upcycles, saving straws and plastic snowdrop received 3 votes, and Liz's pyrographed snowdrop on, I think she said ash, received, oh hang on, no, how many votes? Why is this not working? The votes aren't working. Jess received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The auto updates aren't working. 6 votes. And Liz received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 votes. So actually, it wasn't much in there, which is really cool. So Liz, congratulations, Liz Midgley. You are this month's winner, and there will be a small prize from my workshop. Something small and leathery, I'm sure, winging its way to you. And actually, I will hand deliver it to you because I know that I'm seeing you this weekend over at the Historical Combat Company's training weekend. I'll bring it to you. This is really starting to look like a setup, isn't it? Because somebody from the company won last month and somebody from the company won this month. We need you guys that aren't working with us or friends with us to get involved as well, because I hate giving my friends anything, if I'm being honest. So let's have a look at the pieces themselves. Jess's little, the pictures, it looks like sort of folded paper taped onto a straw that she's then put a base on and stood out. So it's a really interesting take, because I think there's something in making stuff from stuff, rather than base art, like sculpting and junk modeling and things like that. It's really cool. And there's almost an element of the sort of the games modelling, the kit bashing kind of thing, where you look at a few pieces and go, if I put this and this together, yeah. So that's really cool. I really like that. It's basic, it's simple, it's funky. But Jess is what? I'm gonna get this wrong now. 6 years old, maybe 7. She's not an old lass. She's just sort of starting out, and if like the stuff she's turning out now, if that's what we've got to use as the basis for going forward for arts and crafts and creativity, brilliant. And if she carries on, and we've got a good community already over on the Wyld Folk page, if that carries on and develops and builds people up, amazing. Because that gives us a future as crafters, and that gives us somebody that we can all pass information on to and our skills onto, which is really, really cool. So let's have a look at Liz's piece, wherever that's disappeared to. It is a brooch or fridge magnet. She hasn't decided yet. Liz, if you're out there, let us know. Is it a brooch or a fridge magnet? Have you decided? I really like it. It's the scale of this piece that I love with the artwork on it. I mean, looking at it, I can see it's been taken on a piece of leather furniture, so that means that each stitch is about, you know, it's 1 in 4 stitch, so that's what, maybe that wide and that long, inch wide, 1.5 inches, 2 inches long. And you can see where she's burnt in little tiny pinprick, rather than just going nuts and burning the whole way around. It's tiny little dabs. I really like that. I don't know what wood it is. Looks like it could be apple, maybe. It's a really, really lovely piece. I really like the pyrography stuff. I wish I was better at it. I can just about do runes, they're straight lines. Everything else I'm absolutely terrible at. So, yeah, we've had 2 really different entries this month, and a really, really interesting style from both of you. I like the recycling thing, and I really like the pyrography. So yeah, brilliant, guys, and thank you so much for getting involved, because again, this is something you guys do just for a bit of fun and the promise of something random, small, leathery out in my workshop. It could literally be a sock, or something along those lines. So yeah, thank you so much for getting involved. It's really cool to see a community developing, because when we're in the field, or when we're camping, or when we're at events, we're face to face, and we're around the fire, and we see each other all the time, and we have this wonderful sense of community there. And then we go away over the winter and we don't see each other for 6-8 months, depending on which camps you come to. And this is really, really nice to have everybody sort of keeping in touch and sharing ideas. And you know, I don't know if I missed a trick. There's on the group, there's Mully's little pewter buttons that he's doing now, little pewter castings. They're so cool. I've wanted to do pewter for ages. Yeah, there's skills and crafts coming in. We've got photographers and musicians and writers and poets. If we all come together at some point in a year, if we can put like an event on where we can all meet up, maybe. Certainly from the group, or as many of us as possible, and live stream it so that anyone that's US side or whatever can get involved as well. I think that would be a really cool thing, to be able to share ideas backwards and forwards between us directly, and maybe collaborate on a project or something like that. James, if you want to join the group, if you head over to Wildfire's page and find the community tab, I think it's community. I always get this wrong because they're different on every social media platform, so I'm sorry if I'm not quite right. But there should be a thing, an option on the page. Let me just check, actually. There should be an option on the page just to click community tab, and that will take you over, and then you just join the group. Jake, I can imagine what Wild Folk Camp would be. It would be a mess. Nothing would get done. There'd be a lot of very interesting homemade alcohol, and literally nothing would get done. Yeah, James, if you go and find the community tab, smash that button, and it will take you through to, eventually, to the group. And there'll be a group option, Wild Folk, public group. Click that, jump in. So, we have announced the winner. I'm trying to keep this one short and sweet, because I'm aware we had a lot of entries last month, and it took sort of 40 minutes to get through. And I don't really want to take up more than about 15-20 minutes of your time on these videos, just for announcing winners and announcing the next theme. Now, I know we always try and tie the theme to relevant folklore, and I thought for ages about what to do for March. I really did, and it's a difficult one because there's a lot happens in March. You know, there's the change of the season, kind of, not officially, but there's the change of the season to spring fully. There's normally Easter, so we could have done eggs or decorated hair or anything like that. But I went through a lot of possibilities, and I looked at a lot of options and wondered if they were gonna help people be creative, because we've had snowdrops and we've had oak leaves and we've had a lot of sort of very restrictive things that you can't really do much with if you're just doing the piece in question. And it's also a pain in the backside if you're not a maker. If you're a photographer or or a carver or anything like that. They're really difficult to actually make. And sorry, Jake, they're kind of difficult to write songs about as well. So I think, given that there's the coming of spring and the coming of the new life cycle and the link into plausibly Easter, or Aostra. And I know one or two people in the group are going to get really angry about this because there's a lot of difference of opinion on the sort of Renaissance paganism as to where Aostra, Easter, Ostara, everything. I'm going to duck because Lily's going to hit me.
Oh, that's just fine. Mabon,
come in.
You're treading dark, dangerous territory.
You may have seen, if you look up at the moon, you've heard of the man in the moon. If you go back to old Celtic mythology and you look up in the sky at night and look at the full moon, you see a hare curved around the side, and that is Aostra's bunny. So it's the Easter bunny. So I like this as an idea. I also like the folklore connection that a lot of the old country have, so in Wales, West Country, things like that, that hares are returned relatives, specifically grandmothers, I think.
Irish, not
is it Irish? It's grandmothers. So yeah, there's all of this here with hares being returned. It's bad luck to eat them in certain folklore. It's good luck to eat them in others. Obviously, they're born above ground and in little nests and everything, and we can do some awareness raising for that as well, because people every time they see them pick them up and think they're lost baby rabbits, and obviously a little leveret doesn't need people touching it and throwing it around. And so for this month's challenge, whatever your chosen medium is, the imagery, oh here we go, we've got mad cats, it's going to happen at some point. The imagery that we're going for is hares. And I don't mean hares, I mean rabbit hairs. So whatever you want to do with that, be it, because here's the other option you've got, if you want to do a slight tweak on it, the medieval artwork where you have all of the guys fencing and fighting hares, there's all of that out there as well. So it can be nice, it can be Eastery, it can be pagan and alternative. It could be really mad and out there, and you're going to have a hare riding a giant snail carved into something, you know. So really go for it and just get stuck in and have a think about what you can do. Now, as far as we go, timescale wise, we always try and do the announcement on the last day of the month and announce the challenge for the following month. So that will be, oh, sorry guys, it's a Sunday. That will be Sunday the 31st that we'll do this all over again, which means that the poll must run for a week. Hang on, March is 5 weeks this time, isn't it? 5 Fridays. Right. Okay, that throws a spanner in the works. In that case, what we're going to do is we're going to run the challenge until March 25th. March 25th, Monday the 25th. And then at, why not, because we've got different time zones, midnight between the 25th and the 26th, UK time, Greenwich Mean Time, that will be the close of submission for this challenge. And then we'll pop the poll up on the morning of the 26th. And then we'll do this all over again on the 31st and watch it all back. So you have got a good solid chunk of time to produce something in your chosen medium, in your chosen style, in whatever you do, be it photography, be it painting, be it carving, leatherwork, art, tapestry, weaving, knitting, crochet, whatever you want. Even if you don't think you're any good at anything, if you're watching this video and if you're part of the group, just give it a go. Half of learning a new skill is just giving it a try in the first place. I tried some armouring today, actually cold spike raising armouring. I'm not very good at it yet, but it felt intuitive, it made sense. I see how it works, that I get it. So I can go forward and I can learn a new skill. I might need to get hold of somebody who knows a bit more about it and go and seek out somebody with a bit more experience than me. But I can do it. And it does make sense. And I would never have given a thought to try it if I hadn't have seen Adam Savage's video on Tested with what is his first name? I want to say Edmund, but it's not. Thomas English? Anyway, Mr. English, the master armourer, making a suit of Excalibur armour for Adam Savage. Terry English. I took one look at that video and I sort of went, oh, that makes a crazy kind of sense, actually. So I've been bodging tools in the anvil and trying to make it work because somebody else inspired me to go and do it. So if you're watching this and you think, well, I can't paint and I can't draw and I can't do leather work and I can't this and I can't that, try. Find something, a medium that inspires you, anything that inspires you, something that you look at and go, that's cool, I wish I could do it. Watch some instructionals on YouTube and go ahead and give it a try. You've got if you start now, 25 and a half days. It might not be amazing. It might not be brilliant, but it might be unique and different, and the guys on the group might decide that that's what they like the most. Give it a bash. You never know. You might just surprise yourselves. Guys, I think that's all really that needs said for this month. Thank you so much for the guys that entered this month, and really, really wish you all the best for March. I hope the weather holds good and we don't get snowed in, because that could happen. I think really all that... a comment just dropped in there from Andy saying Japanese art and culture, they see a hare pounding the rice to make glue in them. Yeah, so actually that's really cool because that crosses over as well. Because there is the old Celtic, there's the old Irish, the hare in the moon, and if that crosses to Japanese, I didn't know that. You see, this is brilliant. I love you guys. This is amazing. Yeah, so that's it. I think. Go out, get creative, be inspired by something, be inspired by anything. Just be open to that. In the Druidic tradition, or the modern Druidic tradition, we have this flow of energy that we through yourself and everything, but there's the inspiration, the Arwen. And the only way you can find the Arwen now, apart from going up a mountain and brewing a cauldron, but that's another story, is to be open to it and to allow it into your life. Because if you're not willing to accept the Arwen, then it'll probably pass you by. So if you go around thinking in your own mind that you're willing to be inspired by things and that you're willing to give it a go, then maybe, just maybe, you'll really surprise yourselves. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I really, really hope you'll get involved this month. If you're not already, go over onto the Facebook page, find the group and join the group. I'm going to put a post up under this video, shared over there, with a text link for everything, specifically for Sam, because she said she can't see the videos and she really wants to get involved. So if there's anything you think we can do better for these challenges, let me know, because I really, really do listen to your feedback, guys. There's no point running a community of crafters and a community of creative people if we don't try and do our best to work together to make it better. So with all that being said, I hope that you'll find something in the next month that inspires you. I really hope that you find what we're doing useful and helpful, and that you enjoy it, and that you find, I don't know, maybe friends in the community. If you haven't already, guys, please do subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification as well if you're watching this live on YouTube, because it will keep you up to date with any notifications of other times I go live, and you get to laugh at me making a tit of myself in the workshop learning new things. And if you really want to, you can either go over to Patreon and support me on there by making a small donation every month that allows me to go ahead and make more instructional videos and do more like silly things outside of constantly focusing on producing items to sell. Or you can go onto the channel page, go to the top right corner and click on Buy Me a Coffee and drop me a donation through PayPal Me. Guys, It's been an absolute pleasure sharing time with you. Thank you so much for watching.
Don't forget to tell them about the new Twitch stream.
Cheers. Take very